Hey guys, it's Roast, back again today with another New World video. Today I'm talking to you about patch 1.1.1. Um, Obviously it's the first big patch after the Into the Void update came out, and I just want to talk to you about what my thoughts on it are. Um, to be frank, it's a little disappointing. Hopefully you guys have better thoughts on it, but that's just how I feel about it. Feels like it's kind of a slap in the face, honestly. But let's talk about it. So, the first thing they address is that they've fixed an issue causing a large number of motes to drop from elemental enemies. And this is weird to me because I don't remember elemental enemies dropping motes until you harvested them. And then that goes into the next part where we also removed elemental motes as rewards from gathering elemental creatures and reduced the amount of other resources acquired from them. And on my server, motes sell for 2.5 gold each. And honestly, farming the Dryad Wolves and stuff was one of the primary ways to get them because everything else took so much longer. So it kind of sucks that they made those even harder to acquire. They're like, yeah, you can't kill these things and get 80 motes at once. No, now you have to go farm plants and get 5 at once. Have fun. And introducing more grind into an already really grindy game usually isn't the way you want to go with it. But Amazon Game Studios, right? It's whatever. It's their game. They can do what they want with it. But yeah, that sucks a little bit. They added horticulture gear. I don't know a lot about this, but I guess it was missing. I thought horticulture gear was harvesting, and I have some of these. So maybe I'm crazy. And I don't actually have some of these, but I could have sworn. Actually, let me go look at my bank because now I need to know. I could have sworn that I had these already. Um, but let's just double check real quick. It's gonna take me a second to find it because you can't sort by perks. Amazon, that's something you should add. So they have harvesting luck. Maybe I guess specifically they added so like there's Skinner shoes, for example, which aren't necessarily any better than shoes that just have skinning on them. But I guess they added specifically the item called harvester's gear, so horticulture pants. So I guess this makes sense, but this doesn't really matter to me at all because this isn't really. I mean, this is technically fixing something, but it's fixing something that doesn't really have an impact unless you just want to look like a horticulturist while you gather your plants. Here's the that's worse was actually, never mind. They haven't given out the chests yet that they talk about here. The one thing that's like impactful and I am excited a little bit about is this one, housing. It re-enabled trading, moving, and salvaging of furnishings and housing items. Finally. Has it been 2 weeks now since they got rid of this? I don't know. It's been a long time, and I stopped playing for a bit because furnishing's my main thing. And the last thing I did, I made somebody a chest, and then I couldn't give it back to them because of this. And I was like, oh well, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to scam you, but I can't give it back right now. I promise I'm not a scammer. But yeah, this was kind of gross. They fixed a bug where they said dual crafting recipes aren't granting enough trade skill XP, which is good, I guess. I hadn't experienced it, but they fixed it, so that's great. But then what really bugs me, well, this is probably the most frustrating thing on these patch notes, is this right here. So you know how before they made it till we're lower skilled trade, lower tier skill crafting things wouldn't give as much XP. We knew why they did that. They did it to make you have to craft higher tier things. And they tell us that. But what I don't get is they didn't change anything. I got really excited looking at this because it says recently we lowered the amount of I'm like, oh, so they're gonna say recently we did this and everybody hated it, so we changed it back. Let us know your comments or feedback in the game feedback menu options. No, they just said, hey, we did this. This is what that means. We want you to craft things that you can use as you level. And like I said this the other day on stream, but like, do the developers play any MMOs ever? Do they play New World? Like, it's when you were able to craft things, when you first unlock armor smithing and weaponsmithing and stuff, you can craft stuff that's your level. You can craft stuff that's a little better than your level. And then about 5 levels later, you've out-leveled it, and the gold and materials you have to put in to stay equal level with your crafting stuff is ridiculous. Like my what is it? My armoring is level 87 and I can make gear that is for level 20s. I'm almost halfway through the armoring and I can make level 20 gear. Like it's so out of like this change is so out of touch with how MMOs work. Like if they wanted you to be able to do this, they would either have to slow how quickly you got to 60, which they should not do because it's already enough of a grind, or they would have to speed up how quickly you level your trade skills. Because if if I went here every single level and crafted like as I hit level 20, like it's just completely unrealistic to say, yeah, we want players to level their skills by crafting gear they're going to use. It's just unrealistic with how long these trade skills take to level. You would make like 18 or 19 or 20 sets of gear for every single level that would then immediately be worthless and would cost thousands and thousands of materials and thousands of gold. It's just like, this is gross, man. This really bugs me. And I really got excited because I thought they were going to fix it and change it back. And they just said, yeah, no, we don't know how to play MMOs. So I'm starting to rant about this, guys. I'm really bothered by this one specifically. They fixed a buy order from Shed's thing, which is good. Another exciting thing is that they fixed, or they have laid the technical groundwork for server merges. I don't know what that means. I hope it means server merges are coming soon, because as you can see, where is New World? My server is dead. There's actually some more people. There's some people talking right now, which is neat. But most of the time there's not, and it sucks. But there are some now, which is good. But like at max pop, my server's like 100. Like last night I looked at 7 p.m. and it was 93 people online. Across my entire world set, there were 900 people online at peak, and that's like 10 different worlds combined. They've added war performance enhancements. That's always appreciated. That's good. I don't know what this looks like or means. Like it's kind of it's going to be subjective because but it's not a bad thing. They fixed some issues with the Void Gauntlet. They are rewriting the same bug that they wrote about right here and pretending it's another fix that they applied. And then they fixed you not being able to get an achievement. Like, it almost feels like this isn't worth a patch. Like, they screwed over gathering motes from elementals, so they removed 2 things from the drop table. They added these things to the drop table. They added furnishing stuff back. They fixed a jewel crafting XP bug. They tell us something that they changed previously and explain it again, even though they've already explained it. And we were like, yeah, that's a shitty reason. They fixed a buy order issue. They have 2 dubious ones that I'm not going to count those because there's no like actual anything. They just say, yeah, we did these things. I can't really explain what we did, but we did these things. And then they had 2 fixes for the Void Gauntlet, and they fixed an achievement being earnable. It's been... When did 1.1 release? It's been 2 weeks. 1.1 released on November 18th, and in 2 weeks, they made 7 minor fixes. I've been pretty happy with how quick and on the ball Amazon Game Studios have been about fixing things that they've broken. But how are they going to take 2 weeks to make 7 small changes? I don't want to like dump on them, but like, man, that's not okay. That's so frustrating. It's disappointing. I hate it. I was like, oh, patch notes, let's go. I'm ready. And I'm like, oh, where are the rest of the notes? They didn't change anything. It's been 2 weeks since they did something. This is like, if I was a developer, this feels like one developer should get this many things done in one day. Maybe I'm crazy, but man, I'm gonna stop recording soon because I'm just dunking on him. But yeah. I hope. I don't know. I don't know what to say about this. Like it wasn't enjoyable. It was just disappointing. I might not. Yeah. Thank you guys for hanging out. I'll catch you in the next video. Until then, keep beefy, boys.